Jump Festa has officially commenced, and right out of the gate we have been met with some tasty, splendid Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles 2 gameplay, courtesy of fun-only Naruto, who I will leave a link to in the description. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the moment I set my eyes on this gameplay, I could instantly tell some differences. And I'm gonna try my best to speed through them in this video, so if you guys want to see more of this, don't forget to leave a nice like on the video because it will let me know if I should do more of this or not. The most obvious change you can see is the HUD. It looks completely different compared to Hinokami Kepputan 1. The character icons are now boxed into a more goldish display as opposed to the first game where their icons were just fading away into the distance. Definitely looks more polished and CC2-esque. There was also a little change to the super meters, and the round winner points have been moved from the top of the health bar to just about under it. There may have been a little adjustment to reduce the default round from 3 to 2, but it could just be for this build, so that isn't confirmed. And this little cloudy thing here, I'm just going to assume it's some extra decoration. Gyokko the Demon will be playable in this game, along with what I believe is a new map, which is at the entrance to the Swordsmith village. Correct me if I'm wrong. Daki and Gyutaro are also now playable. Now you may be thinking, they were already playable with Hinokami 1. Well, in Hinokami Kepputan 2, you can now play as these characters as a duo. On the select screen, you can see that they're presented as a 2-in-1 character. In Hinokami 1, they were introduced as their own individual fighters, but now in this game, they can team up with one another, and it looks like they'll be using the same support system as the Slayers. The first of their kind. They'll probably be the only demons in the game who will use the character support system, unless Yushiro and Tamayo get fleshed out too. Fun-only Naruto has mentioned that just because they use the Slayer support system doesn't mean that they will be able to team up with other Slayers. Daki and Gyutaro can only pair up with each other, which makes total sense. From what I saw of Daki's moveset, it is definitely similar to the one she had in the DLC of the first game. I'm going to assume you can still pick these demons as their own individual fighters, but now you also have the option to pick them together. And I'ma be real, picking them together looks like they're going to make a crazily formidable duo. As we know, Gyutaro does poison damage with his attacks, and with Daki alongside him, he now has someone to synchronize with, which probably leads to some crazy burst damage. Woo! I'ma definitely be scared of seeing these guys. Team Ultimates are officially confirmed for casual use, as Muichiro and the beautiful Mitsuri display their very own within the game. And it is quite the sight to behold, mostly because of Mitsuri. Seeing this Team Ultimate makes me look forward to other characters who could possibly have it in this game. It looks as though it requires certain conditions or inputs to activate, and you can interchange between the singular ultimate or the Team Ultimate art. And speaking of Ultimate art, I also believe Kamado Tanjiro has gotten another new one, which is very fire. No? In terms of the gameplay itself, I'm seeing quite a few changes here and there, but I don't really want to highlight them too much because some of these may just be exclusive to the build. The first thing I noticed is that it appears that you start off your matches with a full super meter, which is the complete opposite of HC1 where you had to build it up as the match went along. Again, this could just be a game setting, but let's just imagine it's not. If this is an actual change to the game, then I think we might be in for some right off the bat aggressive playstyles. And I love the sound of that. For the second thing, now I'm not necessarily sure what triggers it. Perhaps it's a bug or has something to do with perfect timing. You know how in Kepputan 1, every time you switch your fighter, it consumes half of the support bar. For whatever reason, in Hinokami Kepputan 2, there are occasions where you can switch fighters without having to consume the support bar, which is kind of insane. Now it really could just be an error, but the only time I saw this happen was when Mitsuri was on the team. It doesn't seem too consistent because later in that same match, switching fighters did cost the meter. I'm just going to assume it's a bug that they need to fix. And now for my last and favorite change of them all. The big, bad, scary Serge has been nerfed. It appears that Serge no longer has super armor in this game. As you can see, Kanroji, who clearly surged, was casually getting her defense penetrated by base Kanjiro. Huge change. It pretty much means that you can now be more offensive against enemies who are in a surged state. I don't know about others, but in the first game, whenever I'm up against a surged character, I would perfect block and run the hell away until that thing runs out because it is scary. Now they did say there were some FPS drops whilst playing this game, and to my knowledge, this is being played on the PlayStation 5. So it is kind of worrying, but I'm hoping this is something they address before the game actually gets released. Overall, alongside new characters and maps, it seems that Demon Slayer Hinokami Kepputan 2 is planning to bring some changes to the gameplay system as well. And hopefully we get more gameplay or even an official tutorial video of it in the future. That's it from me though. All the credits go to Fun Only Naruto for providing this gameplay, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you did. Now I shall ride off into the sunset with Gyokko